fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy wind fulfilling his word, mountains and all hills, fruitful trees and all cedars, beasts and all cattle, creeping things and flying fowl, kings of the earth, and all people, princes and all judges of the earth, both young men and maidens, old men and children. Let them praise the name of the Lord, for his name alone is excellent.
150 million Americans are under weather advisories of some sort after a massive winter storm hit the central U.S. It's part of a big blast of winter that sent temperatures plunging from the northern plains to the southwest. There have been multiple deaths reported, including at least 3 people killed by a tornado in North Carolina. And parts of the south are essentially frozen as temperatures remain at record lows.
Record-breaking snowfall has hit Russia's capital, Moscow, in what the local weather agency called a snow Armageddon or a snow apocalypse. The heavy snowfall started on Thursday evening and continued into the weekend, dumping up to almost 60 centimeters of snow. Some of the daily snowfall during the period shattered records, with Saturday, for instance, seeing the most snow since Russia started tracking data in 1879.
Right, so this video is unbelievable, just coming in here out of Japan. We know at least 130 vehicles are involved, a lot of them there, in this major chain reaction crash on the interstate. Take a look. This is on a highway in the Miyagi Prefecture that's in the northern part of Japan. This video, again, just coming in, showing that massive, massive pileup.
Highway horror. A FedEx truck slams into a 100-car pileup in Fort Worth. Look again, the driver can't stop. This is the crash from another angle. Oh! Car after car crash into each other on I-35, which is coated in a slick sheet of ice that made driving so treacherous. Witnesses are shocked, helpless to do anything.
This is an Omega Watchman Media Group production.
Due to the mature nature of this content, language, and death, viewer discretion is advised.
God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind, and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow? Or hast thou seen the treasures of the hail which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war?
Central Russia has seen record snowfall causing dozens of road accidents across Moscow. More than 10,000 workers have been dispatched to keep the railways operating. City cleaners are working around the clock to keep streets and footpaths clear. The forecast is offering no respite. More snow is forecast over the weekend.
Record-breaking snowfall has hit Russia's capital, Moscow, in what the local weather agency called a snow Armageddon or a snow apocalypse. The heavy snowfall started on Thursday evening and continued into the weekend, dumping up to almost 60 centimeters of snow. Some of the daily snowfall during the period shattered records, with Saturday, for instance, seeing the most snow since Russia started tracking data in 1879. The city's roads were heavily congested and more than 50
all
flights
through
were
the
delayed.
night in France. From the westernmost tip in Brittany to eastern Alsace, snowplows have been hard at work, salting and clearing roads as cold, snowy weather hits the northern half of the country. In the Paris region, between 2 and 10 centimeters of snow fell in areas, and there's much ice beneath that to clear.
Il se concentre sur les routes moyennes et importantes du département. Et donc les routes de plus faible catégorie sont traitées ultérieurement.
School bus routes have been cancelled in multiple departments, and some heavily used roads with steep inclines have been blocked off. Already early Tuesday, the first snowflakes came as a surprise in Brittany, which is more accustomed to rain.
On n'a pas l'habitude d'en voir en Bretagne, et c'est plutôt sympa, c'est marrant, j'aime bien.
J'ai jamais... ça fait super longtemps que j'ai pas vu de neige à Rennes, quoi.
The cold front hasn't spared the rest of northern Europe either. Germany's been cloaked by over 20 centimeters of snow in areas. creating bottlenecks on roads, rail lines, and at airports. The parks of London have become a winter wonderland to the joy of many children and adults alike. And the city's fountains have been nearly transformed into ice sculptures. A frozen state that can be found in the Netherlands, too. There, boats trapped in the ice look like as if from another realm.
And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
150 million Americans are under weather advisories of some sort after a massive winter storm hit the central U.S. It's part of a big blast of winter that sent temperatures plunging from the northern plains to the southwest. There have been multiple deaths reported, including at least 3 people killed by a tornado in North Carolina. And parts of the south are essentially frozen as temperatures remain at record lows.
I don't want to risk going out because people are not able to drive in the roads that are not treated properly.
Here in Texas, more than 4 million homes and businesses started Tuesday without power. The winter storm causing significant damage to the electrical grid, and it's only expected to get worse over the next few days, with demand soaring and more snow and ice in the forecast.
That increased demand and that load has resulted in some of our transformers having equipment failures just because they're having to run like it's a 100+ degree summer day here in February.
The storm also making travel a nightmare. Thousands of flights have been canceled or delayed, and hundreds of accidents have been reported. Local officials now urging folks to stay at home while they work on clearing the roads.
This is an all-hands-on-deck moment, and we are ready to make sure that our city continues to function even in this extreme weather circumstance.
The storm is expected to slowly move east and bring heavy snow and freezing rain to parts of the eastern Great Lakes and also New England.
Winter Storm Uri brought the lowest temperatures in decades to Texas and laid sheets of ice across the deep south, and the storm has killed more than a dozen. Many of those deaths came as the result of vehicle accidents or exposure to single-digit temperatures. And officials in some areas of Texas are preparing for an influx of deaths due to the cold weather conditions. Officials responded to dozens of carbon monoxide emergency calls as people desperately tried to keep warm. At least 4 million people remain without power as of Tuesday afternoon, which has come down by around 400,000 outages. Officials with ERCOT, Texas's power supplier, said they may be able to get more power back online later Tuesday, but some could be looking at another night in the cold. Houston's convention center has reached capacity with more people seeking a warm shelter. Officials have filled buses to transport people to shelters that have room. Those who ventured out on their own found treacherous roads littered with slide-offs and wrecks across parts of Texas, Louisiana,
A few
and
months
Mississippi.
made a world of difference in Lake Charles, Louisiana. This is a view of the city that you rarely ever see. A dusting of snow and sleet from Winter Storm Uri is actually blanketing Lake Charles. But the memory of the 2020 hurricane season still looms large. The city took a direct hit from Hurricanes Laura and Delta. You can even see a bank building that was badly damaged and still hasn't been repaired. And lots of homes in the area are still damaged.
At least one person has died after a crash involving more than 100 vehicles. Let's go to Josh Breslow. He's at the WKRN.com alert desk with that.
Right, so this video's unbelievable, just coming in here out of Japan. We know at least 130 vehicles are involved, a lot of them there, in this major chain reaction crash on the interstate. Take a look. This is on a highway in the Miyagi Prefecture. That's in the northern part of Japan. This video, again, just coming in, showing that massive pileup. You can see the shot from the air showing so many vehicles involved. Again, at least 130. Investigators initially telling us that one person has died and at least 10 other people have been injured. That number, though, likely to go up as they assess all of that damage. A lot of cars smashed together on those snowy roads.
Highway horror. A FedEx truck slams into a 100-car pileup in Fort Worth. Look again, the driver can't stop. This is the crash from another angle. Oh. Car after car crash into each other on I-35, which is coated in a slick sheet of ice that made driving so treacherous. Witnesses are shocked, helpless to do anything.
Oh, he's gonna crash into them. Oh!
Daylight brought stunning images of the twisted wreckage. Some motorists found themselves still trapped in the cars. At least 5 people were killed and many injured in what was called a mass casualty event. The polar vortex and non-stop snowstorms this week has led to other heart-stopping moments. You may have seen this truck careening off an overpass in Wisconsin, falling 70 feet to the highway below. Only by some miracle did the driver survive. And here he is, Richard Lee Oliver. He was on his way to visit his mom. He spoke to Good Morning America.
There was just too much snow on the side of the road that once the tires got into like 2 foot of snow, there's no controlling a vehicle.
Good Samaritans came to his rescue.
He held me in the back of bed of my truck and helped me call my mom. Just in case I wasn't going to make it.
We spoke to his fiancée, Candace Haid.
He is just thankful to be alive. He's thankful that he didn't hurt anybody. He's thankful for the 2 people that stopped and helped him.
Driving on a bridge or overpass is especially dangerous during bad weather, as AAA's Robert Sinclair told our Allison Hall.
Elevated roadway allows that cold air to get up underneath, and whatever temperature that air is, that elevated roadway will be as well.
It absolutely is a miracle that he made it through this. Somebody is watching over him.